first talak, that is talak-e-Hasan, talak, comma, that is a talak-e-Hasan.
Behalf of CS Limited, my lord.
I'm for the petition.
I'd like to appear on behalf of the private respondent, and I'm opposing this. Caught in the crossfire between husband and wife.
Yes, you're caught. Oh, literally husband and wife.
Yes,
Figuratively.
but this is admittedly the second wife.
You are the second wife.
No,
No, I'm
first
for the
husband.
I'm for the wife. I got married in 2021. Now, after my marriage, I was staying with my husband in the flat of my husband. That is at BT Road. Now, there is a two flat there. One is on the first floor, one is on the second floor. Now, suppressing the
You are a Muslim by religion.
Muslim, both Muslim by marriage.
Then he's entitled to have a second
No,
marriage.
what I'm saying, my lord, your lordship kindly comes to
Anyway, let me hear him, then we'll come. Yeah.
I am the wife. My husband is working in the. They happen from the same. There is one Ghoshi community in a Muslim community. We know the lordship, which is indulged in the selling of the milk and all those things.
Sending off?
Milk.
very rare in
Now, Mr. Imtiaz, can I proceed?
I'm sorry.
Then what happens after my marriage? I was staying with my husband. Then it comes to me in my knowledge. My husband discloses that he was earlier married, which was never disclosed to me and my family member. It was an arranged marriage. Now here the dispute starts. I protested. He on 5th June 2023 issues first talak, that is talak-e-Hasan. I've annexed in my application, annexure P5, page 19, and kindly see the ground of the talak, how he has pronounced the talak, and what are the reasons and justification given there. Should we kindly see? Because this is I think, very important and germane to the issue. Though it is a matter of electric connection, but I would like to see the intent and conduct of the husband. Kindly see annexure P5, page 19. Lordship.
Yes.
Kindly see the address to the wife, Aisa Ghoshi, by the husband, Saddam Ghoshi, dated 5th June, date is very important, 5th June 2023. You are well aware that I was forcibly made to marry you on 17th November 2021. See, this is the beginning of the sentence. By threatening me and building the Ghoshi community pressure upon me. You are also well aware that I had not only claimed any dowry, as the said marriage was solemnized forcibly by your family members, but also did not receive any dowry, either in cash or in kind, in the said marriage. You are also well aware that soon after our nikah marriage, I gave you the den mohar. You are also well aware that the said marriage was forcibly solemnized, as because according to your father, namely Isa Ghoshi, he and my late father fixed our marriage when we were at our tender age. Even when I informed them that I could not marry you, as I was already married to one Sabah Parveen. Now this time this is the first time is disclosing. And have a son, but you personally convinced me to marry you, as no person will marry you because you are medically unfit for physical relation and unable to give birth to a child, as there was serious complication in your ovary. This letter is 5th June 2023, marriage in November 2021.
Yes.
And then there are the other paragraphs. Pressure, force, I was married. And now he says in the penultimate paragraph that I am pronouncing first talak-e-Hasan. That is last paragraph, page 22. After receiving this letter, my client responds. That response I have annexed in my application. Thereafter, I go to the civil court and I file an injunction challenging the talak, the mode of talak, which is not in accordance and consonance with the Mohammedan law, talak-e-Hasan. The civil court passes an injunction order injuncting him and restraining him not to issue second talak or third talak. He's been injuncted. Now, thereafter, what happens, Lordship?
The injunction order has been annexed here?
Yes. That has been annexed in page 54 of my application.
Yes, what happened then?
And the operative part of the order is page 55.
Right.
Now, what happened, Lordship? After 5th June 2023, when he issued the first talak, the flat which I was staying with my husband, there are two flats, both in the name of my husband, what my client has instructed, and we have filed another suit also claiming that my father, in presence of the uncle of the son-in-law, my husband, has given some cash to buy the flat. So we claim right over the flat also. Now there are two flats in the premises. One is on first floor and one is on second floor. I was staying with my husband on the second floor. First floor, I was given on the leave license to another person. And there, what happens? There was an electricity connection, electric meter in the name of my husband. In one of the flat. In the second flat, where I don't stay, the electricity meter is in my name. So there are two connections, one in my name in the same premises, one in the name of my husband, where I am staying.
Second floor in the name of the husband where you are staying.
Lordship.
Very good.
First floor. Husband is, I was staying with my husband on the first floor. Sorry. Page 8, what he does on 24th June 2023, after the first talaq, he goes and surrenders his meter. So Lordship can understand the intention of that. Once the electricity goes away, I'll be
You seek for a new connection.
I seek for a new connection.
Refused.
I seek for a new connection and apply. CSC says that since there is a connection in your flat, what I'm doing now, because without electricity, I cannot stay there. So I have to withdraw some connection from that meter on the second floor. Temporary. So I said, you give me the new connection, whatever charges I'll pay it to you. In the meantime, CSC said I cannot give you because there are two connections there. There is electricity connection in your flat.
What is the bar in using the other floor connection for your first floor also?
Lordship,
There is no bar.
Lordship,
Otherwise, there'll be this shifting of this splitting of load.
no, there was a meter of the husband. He surrenders. There is a space. There is a scope of having another meter because he doesn't want to have the meter. So I said, you give me a new connection.
No, if it was in the name of two different persons, then there can be meters.
Two different persons.
But now you can very well use your connection of the other floor.
Then that will create a burden upon the meter. It's a 220 meter. It's not a load capacity because naturally, Lordship, everybody is using air condition. The licensee is residing there.
All right.
And then,
Load can be.
then one thing is more, Lordship.
No, you can always ask for increasing the load.
Yes. Lordship, they could have said that, CSC. They simply rejected my saying that since there is a connection there, so we cannot give you. And number 4, we also filed another suit because they attempted to dispossess me. There's another injunction order. I'm also enjoying the order that they cannot dispossess me without disposition of law. That is also be annexed with my application, page 92.
So no second talaq and injunction restraining him from disturbing your position.
Two suits.
So you have your position apparently subject to hearing your learned friend
Lordship.
is there.
Now, the desperation was so that he came to my house and he says talake biddat thrice. He tells me talak, talak, talak.
We cannot go into that. Your right of electricity.
I'm just giving the brief fact. I'm just trying to show the conduct of the husband. Talake biddat, Lordship knows very well, has been abolished by Saira Bano case. Now it has become a criminal offense. There is an FIR against another FIR against the husband. Now, only contention before Lordship is that I cannot be deprived of the electricity. Though that is why I applied for the meter, because when the husband is withdrawing his meter and is surrendering his meter, then in that situation, I just said, give me that meter. Give me a frost connection, whatever is there. I'll pay the necessary charges. Now, electricity.
What happens is, if one person, there are 2 meters in the name of one person, there's a splitting of load. You get an advantage which is unfair. I mean, according to the licenses. So they say you can apply for increasing the load of the other meter and take connection from there.
That in respect of the same flat. This meter which is in existence is
in respect of the same building. It's the same building.
Lordship, same building, but a different meter in a different flat. Used by the another licensee.
Service connection is same.
The main connection, that main connection is the same, Lordship.
Yes.
Now it is the Lordship, as your Lordship so desires, but even if he gives me the meter, because they cannot say that there is no scope of him giving me another meter, because the meter in existence has been surrendered. So that can be adjusted. They can replace that meter and give it to me. That was the only contention. Now they have not considered. They have simply said that is their.
They have refused specifically.
They are saying that application stands cancelled.
On the ground of splitting of load.
Page 12. No, they have not said that. They have said after verification of record, we understand that more than one application in your favor at the process.
Which page? Which page?
Page 12.
12.
Page 92. Page 92, sorry, annexure P12. I'm so sorry. This is what they have justified of refusal.
Very. Let us hear the husband first, then the CSC. Yes.
Before
You
I-
cannot preclude her from taking an electricity connection.
That, my lord, I will make my submission.
So you have no say here.
No, my lord, so far as facts which has been praised by my learned friend, my lord, admittedly, she is the second wife. Now, my lord, this Oishi community is a very rare community in Islam. Now, my lord, in the childhood, what happens, my lord, there is certain promises which are made that when you are a teenage, that you will get married. Admittedly, it is a fact, it was well known to them that he is married, but because there was a promise, this second marriage took place. Now, my lord, I am an owner in respect of 2 flats, so far as the husband is concerned. Now, my lord, so far as the other flat is concerned, where a licensee has been inducted, my learned friend here has to admit, my lord, it has been done by them. I have been thrown out from that house. I have my ailing mother. Now, my lord, a suit was filed by my ailing mother. Your lordship sees that also.
No, we are not concerned with that.
Now,
What about the electricity connection?
Yes,
We are
now-
only.
now, my lord,
She's in occupation of the property.
no, no,
There is no.
she's not. This is my humble submission.
Say that.
Yes, that is why I was showing this.
So she has got an injunction from a civil court.
I've also got. My lord will kindly consider this. It's completely, my lord, whatever my lord submit, it's completely suppression of facts. I'll show only one annexure. Kindly comes to the first annexure, my lord. That is page 14. Your lordship takes the left-hand side. This is the Aadhaar card, which my learned friend's client is using. Your lordship will kindly take a note at the address. Care of Muhammad Isa. This is the father. BLB second floor. This is the flat which they have already given it as license. I have been thrown out. Today, my mother, where I was staying with her, I have been thrown out. My ailing mother had to go to the civil court. My lord kindly sees what has happened. And thereafter, I was beaten up. I have been thrown out. A FIR has been registered. Kindly have a look at this. All the in-laws with antisocial elements, they come to the premises and they throw me out. My lord, being an owner today, I am the owner. Well, this story which has been made that money was given from where? Kindly let us bring FIR. The ailing mother and myself is from post to pillar we are running. We don't have space to stay because of muscle power and the support of the in-laws.
Yes. What else?
Now, my lord, this issue was also taken to the ombudsman. What is it? My lord, this has been recorded there. That what is my situation? Poor guy, my lord. I might have married for the second time. But the situation is that, my lord, they are not in occupation. One occupation was there in respect of the flat where the electric connection is there. They have already intentionally, my lord, they have given it to some third party. Today,
Have they annexed their other injunction application here?
no.
Yes, I have next.
Which page?
Page 31. Page 91.
এটা একটু দেবেন ombudsman এর recording. Page কত বললে?
91.
What is the adjudication by the ombudsman?
Now, the adjudication is regard to, my lord, whether that she is entitled to get an electric connection or not. And my lord, the EMIs till date I am paying of both the flats. My lord, today the situation is, my lord, in spite of having 2 flats in my name, my mother, my sister who has not been married, they are all out in the street. Kindly attend to me. All the payments are being done by me.
Your mother changes the equation actually. You have 2 wives, 2 flats, 2 electricity connections.
No, 2 wives, she's not
Your
staying.
mother tilts the equation.
No. The first wife is not staying here. My lord, there is no question of the first wife staying here. Mother was staying along with me all along. My lord,
Who was staying in the top flat, the second floor flat?
I was staying with my mother and my wife. Then
You said you were staying in the first floor
No,
where the tenants have been inducted.
where they are claiming for the electricity connection, I was all along staying there. But I had 2 flats, one the other, which Aadhaar card has been.
Now you're not staying there.
How can I? She has given it in leave-in license to
There
someone.
are 2 flats.
Yes.
1 flat given in live-in license.
Yes.
What about the other flat?
Other flat, now I have been thrown out from there.
Thrown out and she has entered.
My lord, the dispute is if the lordship appoints a special officer, will come to know whether
What is your version?
my version is whether I have been thrown out
By whom?
with this lady.
Then who remains in possession?
Well, the possession is what I come to know from instructions, but it is under lock and key. Because the status quo order is there of the civil court.
You have got a status quo order, she has got an injunction order. If the status quo order is treated as the injunction order, you know very well, injunction order specifies that she is in possession, you cannot disturb her possession. Your order says status quo to be maintained.
Whether, my lord, she's-
What becomes the position?
No, my lord,
Civil law?
I bow down to your lordship's observation. But my humble submission is whether it is a lawful possession.
She gets the electricity, you win your civil suit and get her ousted.
My lord, the electricity, my lord, today, my lord, your lordship will kindly appreciate the situation. My lord. Whether she is in lawful, whether she is entitled, my lord, as per
Very
section
little to
43.
appreciate here, but I understand the situation.
Yes, yes. That, your lordship understands. But section 43 says, my lord, if anyone, my lord, wants a connection, my lord, he has to be a lawful occupation. My lord, today my situation is that, my lord, I'm not in lawful occupation.
You are not in occupation. What is the question of lawfulness? You are lawful, she is in occupation. That is a difficult.
But whether she's occupation or that is also, my lord, disputed.
You
But
said she ousted
Because
you.
she's,
If somebody has to throw you out, that person has to be pivoted and she has to stand there and throw you out.
my lord, may I reply to this?
I cannot throw you out from outside.
My lord, deepest respect, may I reply to this? My lord, she has relied upon a document in her writ petition where she says that she is relying upon the Aadhaar card that shows her position in the flat which she has given as leave and licensing. My lord, she has not given any document.
Let us say the CSC. Yes.
Lordship, just 1 minute, Lordship, if your Lordship kindly permit.
No, we'll come back after the CSC. Yes.
Well, my instruction is, as fallen from the lordship, it is already there.
Achha, there was already a previous meter there in the name of the husband. What is the difficulty in giving that meter to her?
No, husband has temporarily surrendered.
Maybe, but that meter, that there was a meter there. For 2 flats, you had given 2 meters. So what is the difficulty in giving it?
The husband has surrendered. He has gone to the ombudsman. The mother-in-law has also lodged a complaint, objected in giving any connection in respect of that flat. Now, my lord, what has fallen from your lordship? Meter is already there in the same premises. So if she says enhancement of load, she can apply the load and use it. Internal wiring are all there.
Why can't he have a meter in, she have a meter in her name? You had given a meter in the same premises. There are
one
2
meter
meters.
is already there. Then the question of the splitting of load will come. That's what we rejected. You have made one application, we have allowed it. That meter was given.
She had a meter from previously in her name.
No,
In the rented out flat, she already has a meter even now.
in the may I have
There are 2 flats.
2
2
flats.
floors, 2 flats, 2 meters. 1 meter was in her name all along.
Yes,
The other
sir.
meter is in the name of the husband.
My lord, the second floor flat. That is G2 block B, second floor. In that flat, we have given the connection only in the February this year.
You had given a connection in February?
Yes, my lord.
To whom?
In the name of the wife.
Second floor flat is occupied by the husband.
But my instruction is we have given upon all compliances in the second floor flat we have given. Now she is asking for first floor flat. It's already there, my lord. If she wants to enhance, let her enhance.
All right. In the first floor, there was a connection in the name of the husband, which he has temporarily surrendered.
Lordship.
Yes. Yes.
If there were 2 connections, one in the name of husband, one in the name of wife, there was no strained relationship according, at least before you.
Lordship.
If you could give 1 connection to the husband, 1 to the wife, why can't you give 2 connections to the wife? I mean,
But
they were in
normally-
domestic household. They were using both the connections, one in the name of husband,
No.
one in the name of wife.
My lord, there is some, I am not ready with that. Immediately, I don't have the regulation. There is some problem. That question of splitting of load and all these things, the questions will arise. Let her increase the, my lord, apply for enhancement of load and enjoy.
Yes, what do you say in
My
reply?
lord, before my learned friend, my lord, only one point, my lord. My lord, before earlier to this dispute, there was only one connection. Only once the dispute arose, thereafter this connection was given in a.
To the second, in the second floor, which is the tenanted portion, rented
Now,
portion.
now leave a license she has let out. She's enjoying the money also. whatever the remuneration is being given.
Very well.
Lordship, may I?
Yes.
2 flats, first floor flat I am occupying. The meter was in the name of my husband. He surrenders. Second floor flat, the meter is in my name. That is a fact. Now, Lordship, my friend was relying upon the ombudsman's order. Kindly see, have a glance into that. What is the issue there? The ombudsman order is in relation to that flat on the second floor where the licensee is there. What he's trying to say before the ombudsman, I am the owner of the flat. You have issued a meter in the name of my wife there. You disconnect it. So that is a separate issue at all before the ombudsman. That is not connected with the first floor flat. My prayer is that in the first floor flat, that it was the meter with the name of my husband. I want, since my husband has surrendered, you please get it registered in my name. I will pay whatever the charges. Can you see the order of the ombudsman, Lordship? It is in respect of the second floor flat. It's not that they are trying to mix up, and with all due respect, my friend is trying to see that second floor and first floor flat is trying to confuse. We are only sticking to the first floor. This ombudsman issues also the second floor flat. There is no relevancy with my writ petition.
You have not annexed it.
Shall pass my order now?
Grateful, Lordship.
Ashun, opure ashun.
My lord, may I file this report on behalf of the state respondent? My lord?
The report filed by the state respondent be kept on record. Full stop. The petitioner is the second wife of the private respondent. Full stop. In the present writ petition, the petitioner challenges the refusal of the CSC Limited to give a new electricity connection in her name in respect of the first floor flat of a particular premises. Full stop. Next para. The private respondent stroke husband vehemently opposes such prayer. Full stop. Next para. Learned counsel for the CSC Limited submits that the petitioner already has an electricity connection in her name with regard to the second floor flat of the same premises, and as such, is not entitled to have a new connection on the first floor. Full stop. Next para. The facts of the case in a nutshell are as follows, next para. The private respondent has married twice, the present petitioner being the second wife. Full stop. The husband has sought to give a divorce to the petitioner by issuing a first talak, that is Talak-e-Hasan, talak, that is a Talak-e-Hasan, Hasan, in writing. In writing. Full stop. Next para. The petitioner has challenged the same and moved a suit before a competent civil court, which has granted an injunction restraining the private respondent husband from giving a second and third talak. Full stop. On the other hand, the wife has also moved the civil court and obtained an order of injunction restraining the private respondent stroke husband from disturbing the petitioner's possession with regard to the first floor flat in dispute. Full stop. Next para. The husband has also filed an independent suit and has obtained an order of status quo with regard to the same flat. Full stop. Next para. Insofar as the second floor flat is concerned, admittedly the said flat in the said flat, third parties have been inducted. Full stop. The wife stroke petitioner says that the said inductees are tenants. Full stop. The private respondent husband submits that they are licensees inducted by the wife by ousting the husband and his mother. Full stop. Next para. Apparently, the husband has challenged the grant of an electricity connection in the name of the petitioner stroke wife in respect of the second stroke licensed out flat. Full stop. The matter is pending before the ombudsman. Full stop. Next para. However, comma, insofar as the first floor is concerned, comma, admittedly the husband used to have an electricity connection there, which has been temporarily surrendered by the husband. Full stop, next para. As such, comma, since the husband claims that the petitioner has thrown him out from the first floor flat and the petitioner's second wife has obtained an injunction restraining the husband from disturbing her possession in respect of the same flat, comma, it can very well be said that the petitioner is in settled possession of the property as envisaged under section 43 of the Electricity Act 2003. Full stop. Although the husband has obtained a counter injunction, comma, the same is merely by way of a status quo, comma, without specifically attributing the possession of the flat in respect of the husband. Full stop. Hence, comma, in the teeth of the injunction obtained by the wife, comma, it can very well be said that the petitioner, comma, being in occupation of the first floor flat, comma, is entitled to get an independent electricity connection there. Full stop, next para. The problem which arises now is that the petitioner is already enjoying another connection in respect of the second floor, and the CSC Limited is setting up a defense that by way of a second connection, comma, the petitioner will take undue advantage of splitting of load. Full stop, next para. However, comma, on query of court, comma, the CSC Limited has admitted that there is no impediment if the petitioner uses the electricity taken at the second floor and applies duly for enhancement of the load in that regard. Full stop, next para. Keeping in view the above circumstances, comma, this court is of the opinion that irrespective of the civil disputes between the petitioner and the private respondent, comma, the petitioner is entitled to an electricity connection at the first floor of the disputed premises. Full stop. However, comma, keeping on balance the defense of the CSC Limited and the impediment faced regarding splitting of load, comma, it would be suitable for the ends of justice if the petitioner is permitted to apply for an enhancement of load in respect of the meter already enjoyed by her. Full stop, next para. Accordingly, WPO 1599 of 2023 is allowed, comma, thereby directing thereby permitting the petitioner to apply afresh for an enhancement of the load with regard to the electricity connection standing in her name in respect of the second floor of the property in dispute. Full stop. Upon such enhancement application being made, comma, the CSC Limited shall, comma, within a week thereafter, comma, raise an appropriate quotation in that regard. Full stop. The petitioner shall comply with the due formalities and make the payments. Full stop. Upon such compliance of formalities by the petitioner, comma, the CSC Limited shall, comma, within a week thereafter, comma, give electricity connection, enhance the load of the said electricity meter standing in the name of the petitioner in respect of the second floor of the premises. Full stop. It is made clear that the petitioner would be entitled to use the electricity connection given at the second floor of the premises for user in respect of the first floor as well, comma, on the basis of the enhancement so given to her. Full stop, next para. It is made clear that in the event the private respondent creates any obstruction to the CSC personnel in doing so, comma, it will be open to the CSC personnel to approach the respondent number 3, that is the officer in charge of the Chitpur police station, for adequate police assistance, comma, which will be given by respondent number 3, comma, if necessary by removing any padlock or other hindrance if put up to obstruct the access of the CSC personnel, comma, at the cost of the petitioner. Full stop. It is further clarified that nothing in this order and or the enhancement of load given to the petitioner and the user of the petitioner of electricity in respect of the first floor as well, comma, confer any special right or equity in favor of the petitioner, which the petitioner otherwise does not have in law, full stop. The said enhancement of load or user of electricity by the petitioner shall not, per se, prejudice the rights and contentions of the petitioner and the private respondent in any civil proceeding pending before any competent civil court. Full stop. No address to cause urgency.
Well, I
Obliged,
your lordship's observation, but only one thing I was saying, that so far as that FIR which was
So
law,
far as the
FIR against these, but if your lordship only records that,